And we're back fighting Deadlanders. Welcome back, guys, to Bug Fables. I'm the Comic Foil.
I'm the Green Scorpion. Why are we here?
We're here because, okay, so there's a bonus boss. It is like the most bonus boss. But there is a bonus boss if you can finish the Cave of Trials with either, 3 Tangiberries in your inventory or 1 Tangiberry in the 4th item slot.
Yeah, I do remember hearing about this.
So I opted for 3 Tangiberries.
Isn't it 4 Tangiberries?
No, it's, well, according to the wiki, it's 3.
Okay.
Or the 4th item slot. I was afraid that if I put in the 4th item slot, it could, like, get moved during battle if I
Got
used
it,
the wrong
got
item.
it. I see what you're getting at.
So I changed up my item collection a little bit. It's hard with 3 slots
Yeah.
devoted to Tangyberries, but I got some berry smoothies. I'm down to 2 Queen's Dinners and 2 Miracle Shakes, and 3 berry smoothies, which are completely fills your TP.
Right.
This is, so I need to do this battle and then one more. So
Okay.
This is battle number 49. And just so that people know where we're at, I changed, I experimented with a different metals setup this time.
Oh.
So here's what we have. Hard mode, luckier day, and extra freeze are still on. Those are all 0.
Okay.
We still got the 2 power exchanges on V. So V's got +2 attack. This is a heavy V damage build.
Right.
But without Berserk. Triumph Buzz and Victory Buzz I put back on because those work after each battle here in the trial.
I actually was looking back at the episode and I realized, you know what, maybe we should have kept those.
We got a little bit of a poison build here because we got 2 poison attackers on V. So if V's poisoned, she'll get +2 attack.
Okay.
Also weak stomach, so any item poisons V. Also eternal venom, so she doesn't naturally lose the poison condition.
Got it.
Kabu is wearing favorite one again, so if he gets attacked, Leaf and V get a
power
bonus. V, as you can see there, has the Leaf Cloak on, so it's less likely that she'll be targeted by things.
Mm-hmm.
We have 2 TP cores, so we're getting 4 points of TP back every other turn.
Right.
TP Saver on Leaf. So all of Leaf's moves cost 1 less.
Okay.
Random start on V, because I figured we're doing so many different battles here, so at the beginning of each battle, V gets a random buff of some kind.
Gotcha.
Like right now, it's TP regen.
Got it, okay.
Deep Taunt on Kabu. So Kabu's taunt ability also increases his enemy's attack but lowers their defense by 1.
Right.
We got the ADVP enhancer on V, so a lot of her moves get 1 extra hit.
Right.
And that's it.
Alright, so yeah, you've been going through this and like obviously you've been putting in the work, so let's see where this goes. I'm curious.
Yeah, so right now it's very important that I use one of my last 2 Queen's Dinners to keep everybody alive, because the previous battle left them pretty hurt.
Alright.
So that's going to heal everybody. That's also going to poison V.
Oh, okay. Does it?
Yeah, that's a good question. Where's her poison condition?
Huh. Maybe something got overwritten.
Yeah, I wonder if I did something weird with the combo there. Okay, well...
I mean, either way, she's still going to do metric tons of damage, so...
Yeah, so I'm gonna do a Hurricane Toss here. And that does a lot of damage now.
Oh, wow.
That did, let's see, 15 damage.
Yeah, like, if you wanted, you could use Kabu's, like, Understrike to, like, finish it off. But I think you have another strategy.
Better yet, I'm going to turn to V, and I'm just going to do a basic attack to finish off now.
Cool. Well.
Whoops. Okay, miscounted. Sorry, I thought I had a little more there.
Okay, that wasn't bad.
Yeah, that wasn't great, but it wasn't too bad. Okay, so I'm gonna get the buff with V. I'm not going to attack.
Yeah, I see what you're getting at here.
Yeah, so things kind of just keep stacking with V now.
Cool.
I'm gonna leave the floater for a second here, because first I want to get as much damage as I can on this guy in front. I'm gonna do Needle Pincer, which ignores defense. And it gets an extra hit now because of the ADVP enhancer.
Alright. Cool. Did you... Oh, no, I was gonna say, did you rearrange your stats at all, too? But no, I don't think you did.
No. Part of it also is that V standing in front now.
Yeah.
So... trying to think of how most I want to do this.
Yeah, it seems like keeping things simple is good for you.
Okay, and then I'm gonna relay again.
Oh, okay.
Take out this guy, so that we're taking one less attack
Cool. I'm starting to see what you're putting down.
And that wasn't very good that I took paralysis just now. That is... that's not what I want, but okay.
Not terrible, though. If you bring him out with Leaf, you should be able to finish off.
Yeah, a big part of this is just being able to survive with the less items here.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna...
Yeah, just
I'm
like...
gonna go in for a heavy strike.
And then, yep, Shawnee can finish. Cool! It's actually kind of interesting to see.
Yeah. It was definitely slower getting through the rounds this way than with Berserk V, but... especially at the beginning, I was getting through a lot of rounds without using any items. Like, I think I have more items left than I did last time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so now there's these two assholes.
Right, I remember this.
So I'm going to employ the kind of strategy you had last time.
Right.
I am going to... I'm going to do a taunt. And they's angry, and their defense went down, but their attack went up.
Ah, okay. And then
that's
you can
okay,
use
though, because I'm going to do...
Bubble Shield
Bubble
Light.
Shield Light, which only costs 2 instead of 3 now.
Mm-hmm. And since they're only going to attack Kabu,
Yeah.
everyone else is safe.
And then I'm going to do a Needle Pincer.
Cool! Oh, that is sick.
It doesn't actually matter that their defense went down, because Needle Pincer ignores defense anyway, but...
Mm-hmm. Then you might get a little more bang for your buck if you just do Hurricane Toss. Oh, cool! And then favored one goes up.
Yep.
Okay, that's kind of sick. Look at that.
So it's not perfect. You definitely like slowly run out of resources, but
Mm-hmm. Well, that's the cool thing is that with those berry smoothies that you have, you can easily just like sacrifice a turn with V.
Exactly.
Like, sacrifice a turn with damage and just keep your defenses up.
Yep.
And that also will stack the favored one.
Because of yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah, it's still favored one even if I block all the damage.
How about that?
And because it's only a Bubble Shield Light,
it doesn't take up a turn for Leaf.
Yeah,
I
wish I do it every turn.
I wish I did this. Holy crap.
This was a lot of trial and error for me, but so I'm not sure. It still has 1 defense, so I don't know if Hurricane Toss
it's minus
is
1 defense.
play. Yeah, but I mean, so that underneath next to the health bar.
Oh, I see. You're right.
It has 1 defense left. So I don't know if I want to do Hurricane Toss. I think...
Still Needle Pincer?
Yeah, I think still Needle Pincer.
Yeah, and then you can use a smoothie with Leaf with V next turn.
Yeah.
Sacrifice a turn of damage just to like make sure your resources are topped off.
And it's nice to be able to not care that there's 2 of them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so... Taunt's gonna cost 2.
Mm-hmm. Wow, what a cool strategy.
Bubble Shield Light's gonna cost 2.
Okay. And then you could probably just do a regular attack with V if you wanted.
Yeah, let's knock this guy out.
And Shawnee can finish. Awesome!
Okay, so this turn I'm going to start with an item from V. I'm gonna start with the Berry Smoothie.
Perfect.
And that poisons her now. So she's even more powerful.
How about... Okay, this is actually really cool to watch, I'm not gonna lie. See, this is why you're good at these kinds of games, bro.
Bubble Shield Light.
What a cool strategy. I love this.
And Shawnee can still get in a little damage.
Assuming
unless
you don't
I
miss it.
screw it up. And I just got back that TP that I just used.
Hot damn.
Yeah, so taunt.
Yeah, why fix what ain't broke, right?
Yep. Yeah, so I'm just gonna keep on going with this. Now, I have so many buffs now, I am going to use a Hurricane Toss. That's gonna do even more damage now.
Alright. God,
do you see that garbage?
What? Yo, you can probably finish it.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, because he's boosted by 3.
Yeah, we're just gonna go for it.
God damn! That's so cool!
There's a lot of numbers going around.
Wow!
Here. So, tell me, do you know what this boss is? I know you've heard about the boss. Do you know what it is?
I've heard about it, but I've never actually seen it in action.
Ah, once more, you have completed the challenge. Great job. Take these to celebrate your victory. There's always next time, challengers. I do hope you return. Error. What? Warning. Warning.
What in the hell? What is this music? What is this music? Why is that thing faded out? What is going on? What is... Oh my god. Dude, this music is scarier than freaking Wasp King.
I think this is the same music that played for the Zommoth fight. I don't think it's completely original, but do you recognize the silhouette?
That isn't who I think it is it? That's not... What's his face?
Look at what the text is trying to say.
Tangibug.
Tangibug. It's Tangy.
Oh my god, no. Okay, so what do we do about this? Same strategy as before?
Yeah,
You can't spy on him. I think it's because he's incorporeal.
Yeah, and I think... Because I don't think he has a slot... I counted the slots left in the bestiary, and I think the only ones we have left are Team Maki. So yeah, I don't think this guy even...
Excuse me? Okay, so if you want, yeah, employ the same strategy as before just to, like, see if you can scope this guy out. Okay, you can taunt him.
Now I'm a little nervous, because now I don't really know what... I try not to look up too much about this. That makes sense why it's 3 Tangiberries, then. I get the joke.
Oh, okay.
I think the reason why it's a silhouette was in an earlier version of this game, all the enemies were silhouettes.
Okay.
In the hologram, and then they decided to make them more defined.
This is weird. You can't needle pincer him. He's he's in the air.
Do you think I should go for a...
Go for a hurricane toss. See what we're dealing with here. And hey, if that knocks him down, then that means Shawnee can get a shot in. Hell yes.
Okay. Oh, he's got at least 3 defense.
Okay!
Oh, it's an AoE. Well, that's not good. Oh, Taunt is still up, though. I didn't realize this. Taunt work for multiple turns.
No! Tangy taunted Kabu! Look, you can't select anything other than attack!
Oh, that sucks.
You're gonna have to use a Miracle Shake.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Okay, we're off to not the best start here. Oh, and I sent him back into the air.
I didn't even realize that was a thing. We can't even tell how much damage we've done to this thing.
Yeah. Okay, do you think I should switch to V and just attack? Or do you think I should use another healing item? Or do you think I should try and, like, bubble shield the party?
I don't think you should bubble shield the party, necessarily. Oh, no, you might, because, like, that one attack that he did, like, where he threw multiple things, might be an issue. You have berry smoothies, so you're not necessarily going to be, like, starving for, TP.
Yeah.
What in the world is this?
I'm just gonna basic attack, I guess.
Well, you can't. He's in the air.
No, I'm gonna basic attack with
V.
V.
Got it. You're still doing good damage with V, as long as you keep her alive.
Okay, Shawnee doesn't do anything. Oh! Okay.
This might be a time for a Miracle Shake. Abandon the bubble shield strategy.
Okay.
And, like...
Do you think I should still taunt or not bother?
Maybe, because that'll bring down his defenses.
Yeah, that's true. Okay. I'm going to taunt.
And at the very least, if you have your blockings, like, if you have your blocking on point, a fully topped off Kabu will still survive.
Needle Pincer.
Yeah, we can't even tell how much defense this guy has.
He must have at least 4, because we lowered it by 1 and Shawnee still didn't do damage.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm thinking it's around 4.
Yeah, I think Needle Pincer's the way to go here. This is wild.
Okay, how about a Queen's Dinner?
I was gonna say Queen's Dinner.
It's my last Queen's Dinner, but I think it'll be worth.
Yes, I agree.
Okay.
Deep Taunt again. Maybe you can actually spend the turn using a full-on Bubble Shield.
Yeah, we could try that.
Mm-hmm.
With so many AoEs, I guess.
Yeah, it's worth it at this point. You're gonna have to, like, have your blocks on point every other turn, but this will at least, like, you know, keep you safe for the most part.
Well, I guess if I'm doing a full-on Bubble Shield, there's not a point to taunting, because the attack I'm doing with V ignores defense.
Oh yeah, that's true.
So maybe next turn I won't taunt, but...
Mm-hmm. Use Kabu for more support and or extra DPS. Wild idea. Maybe, like, after this.
Are you still okay with Bubble Shield?
Yeah, either Bubble Shield or, this is just a thought, try freezing him.
I'm a little... For, like, a super boss, I feel like I don't know if freezing is going to be possible.
You're right.
And I'm kind of afraid his defense is so high that I don't think Ice Rain's going to do damage.
Mm-hmm. I was thinking frozen coffin. Or frigid coffin.
I think I'd rather not.
Alright.
I respect the idea, but...
Yeah, Frigid Coffin will do damage when, with Leaf having that much of a boost. Maybe you could wait another turn.
Yeah, okay, so...
I would go full-on Bubble Shield. Because, again, who knows what kind of AoE bolt crap this guy has. It's crazy.
Even though it doesn't do anything, I'm still attacking with I'm still attacking with Shawnee purely just to, like, keep my reflexes.
Mm-hmm. And, quick question, have you ever tested whether the Teamwork Badge actually, gets you TP if you don't do damage?
If you do 0 damage, you don't get the TP.
Got it.
So if they have high defense, it doesn't help, sadly.
Alright, yeah, go for Needle Pincer and use Kabu for other purposes now.
Okay. Gonna do a Needle Pincer. And then...
Yeah,
okay, I want to save that Miracle Shake.
Yeah, save that for emergencies.
We don't need the Smoothie yet.
Mm-hmm.
So... I don't want to basic attack or heavy strike, because then he's gonna fly into the air again.
Understrike will keep him on the ground.
Okay, that's some damage there.
Huh!
Oh, you really just threw 2 rocks? Okay.
I'm okay with this. Basic attack with Kabu, and then attack with V, and that'll bring him back down. Oh wow, he didn't even
his
do
defense
damage.
is so high.
Deep Taunt might be worth it just for the defense drop.
Yeah. Okay, do we want to cash in this +3 we have
Try
here?
Frigid Coffin, see if you can freeze him.
Okay, let's try it.
No.
No, but the damage was there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Detaunt might actually be worth it just for the damage drop, just for the defense drop.
Yeah.
And then you can bring it down using Hurricane Toss. That's still respectable damage.
Yeah.
My goodness!
I'm thinking about using the Miracle Shake just to try and keep from TKOing.
That's up to you. Keep in mind, Kabu can still pep talk, so as long as you keep him alive.
That is true.
I'd say use a berry smoothie and top yourself off on TP.
I'm afraid what he's gonna do this turn.
I mean, I am too.
I think he could do 7 damage in 1 turn.
Do you wanna bubble shield? You have enough for 1 more.
Yeah, and then I'll use another item next turn.
Mm-hmm.
This is terrifying.
Yeah, especially because Deep Taunt does increase his attack power. You know what? That was good. That was good. Top yourself off and then, like, use a, You're gonna have to be on point with your blocks next turn. That's just how it is.
Yeah. Unless, I mean, Miracle Shake will give us all 6 HP each.
It's up to you. Alright. Don't use it now. Oh, then again.
Yeah, I'm afraid I'm gonna get TPK'd.
Alright. And this will poison... Oh, no, it doesn't poison. Oh, she's already poisoned. Never mind.
Whoa.
Oh, that wasn't so bad.
Okay, and V got taunted there.
Attack, then.
Yeah.
She's got the power.
She's got the power.
Do you want to do the bubble shield thing again? He's
Yeah.
been using single target attacks at this point, and even if he does an AoE, V and Leaf have enough health to survive at least.
Yeah. Okay, so we're going to Bubble Shield Light on Cobbs.
Yeah, there you go.
That worked out very well.
Crazy thought. This might just be me, like, wanting you to stay topped off in terms of health, but you still have sharing stash with V.
Yeah. I think what I'm going to do is attack regularly with V. Actually, I'm going to do a Hurricane Toss, and then I'm going to relay and have V do a sharing stash.
I think that's a good idea. Go for it.
Do you think I should taunt again? Yes. I'm answering my own question here. I am going to taunt again.
Keep in mind, you may have to use Bubble Shield then anyway, because, if Kabu goes down, you have no way of reviving anymore.
Yeah. Okay, I'm using Hurricane, right? Yeah.
Yes.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
You got it!
That was really scary!
Push rock!
That's it, dudes.
What?
You want fanfare? You don't get fanfare for
What
that.
the
That was another, like, secret code, I think.
What the bloody hell was that?
I don't know what that secret code does, but if you name a...
Oh my, okay, that was wild. What the hell did we just do?
And you know what else? We did it on hard mode.
The-
Which doesn't change Tangibug's stats, but changes the stats of all the 50 battles we had to do to get there.
Dude, consider that an accomplishment. You have a pretty cool build here going. Like, that's actually pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Hang on. I'm going to, like, look this up now because that is crazy. No, I don't want big fables. I want bug fables. Freaking, autocorrect.
Look at our shelf.
Tangiberry!
We get a Tangiberry there now.
Okay, so... Here we go. If you type in Push Rock, you get it by defeating Tangibug. Every enemy and character looks like Tangerine. 3D models like Spider are included. Tangerine and Tangibug look like Kabu instead. And Cerise and Scurby are unaffected. So basically, it makes everything look like Tangerine.
That's ridiculous. I love it.
Oh, I get... Because Push Rock. He's trying to push the rock. Oh my god. That is amazing.
Alright, so, yeah, that's that. I can make some more smoothies, but I think for now I'm just gonna take out, 2 more Queen's Dinners and 1 more Miracle Shake.
Yeah, that's true, because, like, you were able to, like... Yeah, like, I keep...
Yeah, part of the pain of that was just using up the inventory space.
Uh-huh. And, hey, consider that an accomplishment, dude. Especially because, like, again, thankfully we don't lose anything out of it, because you still get to keep the items after you've done it.
Yeah.
So, are we gonna end today with, This or not?
So I decided that's enough excitement for this episode. So for the latter half of the episode, I want to look at all these lore books that we had. Let's kind of go for a smoother ride here.
You know, after that nonsense, I am down with this. You read one, I read one?
Yeah, so... Yeah, we have like 26 or something books here to read.
Alright.
Our lifespan. Before the Day of Awakening, they say we used to live very little, only a few days or moons. And most of that time, we were helpless larvae. Marriage marked the end of life. It's inconceivable nowadays. For one, we don't even remember being larvae. Truly, becoming an adult is like being born, and then we get to enjoy this beautiful land for many years. It's hard not to pity our ancestors, who had to give up life soon after becoming aware of it.
So, that stands to reason that sometime in this life, or in this world, bugs were no more than just regular old bugs.
Yeah, they weren't sapient, and they lived the short lifespans we expect of insects.
Man, guys, I didn't think it would end like this. I figured, I'd meet a nice girl, and then she'd bite off my head.
Exactly. It's hard for me not to think of Mantis whenever...
Right, though!
Whenever people talk about that.
Oh, man, you better be careful there, Maki.
The crowning of Elizant II.
After tears were shed over Elizant's too sudden retirement, it was time to crown the new queen. Elizant II's speech radiated power over kindness, leaving many uneasy. Although everyone cheered, doubt and fear festered amongst the populace. They could only wait and pray their new queen would be just. Yeah, that sounds about right. Honestly,
that we kind of knew.
We went through a lot of this game thinking that Elizant might have been some sort of secret villain or something, but no, we were proven wrong on that one.
Yeah, they did give her a redemption arc, though, at least...
Yeah,
At least her BS didn't go unchallenged.
Mm-hmm.
Ladybug Exile. It had been just one moon after Queen Elizant II took the throne. Farmer ants kept reporting the disappearance of many aphid eggs. After a thorough investigation, a band of 17 ladybugs were found to be the culprits. Yes, 17. Her Majesty acted quick, and restricted entry of most ladybugs from the Ant Kingdom. As of the time this book was written, many special permits are required for them to visit. The move was seen as very controversial and has been the Queen's most criticized decision. It remains to be seen how our generation will handle the shifts caused by this event. I guess we don't see very many ladybugs. There's those old lady neighbors, and there's Levi.
There's it would also stand to reason that there might have been something going on with the bartender in the underground bar, because that's a ladybug too. And most other ladybugs we see are the bandits in the desert, those big burling dudes.
That's true.
After the Day of Awakening, many bugs changed form. We evolved to be able to live as we do now. But not all bugs evolved. Some remain untouched by the awakening. We call them lesser bugs. That's rude. Spiders, midges, weevils, and some others did not gain sentience. They remain unchanged. The causes for that are still being researched, but unless another Day of Awakening happens, it will be difficult to study the changes.
Okay, that explains why there's still, monster bugs.
However, it's been concluded lesser bugs have become more ferocious and will attack bugs that come near them.
Okay.
I take exception to that because, you would think spiders would be a little more intelligent when it comes to,
I would expect them to be higher on the order, so, yeah.
You would think, right? Because, when it comes to just general relationships between, other bugs, spiders are pretty high on the pecking order.
Though, again, an exception to the rule is that wizard that we met, who's a tarantula.
True! Very true. So, some of them did, self-actualize in some way.
Yeah. The Everlasting Sapling. It is said that the sapling was a creation of the roaches. The legends of the saplings have brought the first settlers to Bulgaria, bringing upon the creation of the Ant Kingdom. According to legends, it is said that eating even one of its leaves will grant immortality to the bug that eats it. Our only clue to its whereabouts are artifacts mentioned in ancient texts. They say one resides in Snakemouth Den, but its dangers have proven too much to conquer. Was it truly made by the roaches? could it have caused the roaches to vanish? I hope this chapter of history will be cleared up in my lifetime.
Do you think Elizant wrote these?
It's possible, or even maybe a Neolith.
Yeah, possibly. Like, it's actually really cool, like, reading all of these after we finish the, adventure, because, yeah, a lot of these details are starting to come together. Rumors say that during Elizant the First's rule, roaches that lived in Snakemouth Den were faced with a sudden demise. In one night, all the roaches that lived there were gone, and fungi monsters appeared.
So that's, like, because they have that lab under there, but that's, like, full of fungal zombies.
Cordyceps, probably.
Yeah.
Expeditions sent have always suffered losses, so the search for the reason was put on hold. Snakemouth Den is rumored to be a host of many ancient crystals. Could that be the cause?
Yeah, I think they were using the crystals to power their research, and it was their research maybe that was their own undoing, and they all got zombified. That was Snakemouth Den. So, a brief history of bees. The bees are close allies with the ants, and came in shortly after Elizant I settled down in these lands. While they used to make honey themselves, technological advancements made robotic drones slowly take over the honey's production. Many bees of the newer generation, barring scholars, do not fully understand how to make it. Their society is mostly composed of females, with males residing in the queen's chambers.
So, while you were reading that, I actually looked it up. There is a good basis of reality in that. I just looked it up. Beehives are especially appealing to ants, and if the ants are an aggressive persuasion, they can spell trouble to your hive. However, some species decide not to take over a hive. Like, some species obviously will invade a hive, but there can be certain situations where ants and bees can like employ ants, I guess you could say.
And they could figure out they benefit more from keeping the bees alive so that they keep producing honey.
Not just that, but also using the ants as sort of a security system.
Oh, cool.
Like, it's like, oh, hey, yeah, there's ants around here. There's a beehive up here. Something wants to go after the bees. The ants are like, hey, you're in my territory. Get the hell out of here.
Man, Sean McFadden's gonna go crazy in this episode. He's gonna love this. Brief history of wasps.
Although they've been around long before Elizant I's arrival, the wasps live just outside of Bagaria. Thus, the ants hold the title of first settlers. They control most of the northern territory, composing of the far grasslands and the wild swamplands, and will attack anyone they catch intruding. Due to a history of internal conflict, even the young are well versed in military tactics and combat. This is true, wasps are incredibly territorial.
Yeah. And then we have the termites. The termites, like the wasps, lived in these lands before Elizant I, and like them, lived just outside of Bagaria. An isolationist society, they say the termites were close allies of the roaches, and as such, possess advanced technology within their dome. Unlike bees and ants, the termites possess both male and female soldiers and workers in their society. I wonder if that's true of termites, too.
I'm gonna look that up.
They are also very good builders and know how to use clay well. Interesting.
Go ahead and read the next one while I'm looking this up, because now I'm curious.
Okay, the roaches. The roaches are the oldest of the bugs that rose after what they call the Day of Awakening. Having mastered the art of crystals, their civilization rose on top of this abundant power source. However, they suddenly disappeared. Many have speculated on the reason. Popular sentiment is some sort of civil war must have led their civilization to crumble. Personally, I doubt it. Surely some would have remained then. If some roaches did survive, they lived far from Bagaria. Perhaps not even they would know of what their ancestors did. And as it turns out, we know that there are roaches now that were living in the Giant's Lair.
Yeah, I like that deduction that the writer made in that, hey, like, if there was a civil war, surely someone may have survived like that encounter, because like when there's only one person left, they're not gonna like have a civil war with themselves. At least not like not without some sort of metaphysical nonsense. So I looked it up. Male drones are haploid and develop from unfertilized eggs, while females, both workers and the queen, are diploid and develop from fertilized eggs as well. In contrast, worker termites, which constitute the majority of a colony, are diploid individuals of both sexes and develop from fertilized eggs.
Okay.
So yeah, their workers are both male and female in the termites.
I like when these have, like, biological precedent to them.
That's always really cool, like, when you know that developers have done a little bit of research in regards to that.
Yeah.
The Lost Art of Flight. Yeah, let's read about this for a moment, because, like, not a lot of these guys can fly. History tells of insects soaring the sky, covering great distances. Nowadays, only the bees, wasps, and a few lesser species seem to retain that privilege. Even so, most bugs continue to possess wings. Day-to-day life doesn't quite need flight, so perhaps we as a collective have evolved past it. Could it be that one day bees will not flap their wings any longer? That's interesting, because it's like, you know, oh hey, we've developed a society here on the ground. We don't need to, like, fly around here anymore.
There's an episode of Minefield, what this reminds me of, is that it's talking about, like, the space in our brain devoted to speech, and that, theoretically, if we didn't have that, there'd be more room to do other stuff, and kind of their point was they had, like, a memory game. There was a chimpanzee that they taught this, like, memory game where, like, flashes a bunch of numbers and then you have to press the numbers in the same order. And the chimpanzee was better at the game than any humans. And they said, like, oh yeah, well, it's like amygdala has more room for this kind of data processing.
Gotcha. And in relation to that, there are species of insects that still have their wings but don't use them for flight.
Yeah.
In fact, most beetles. Beetles can fly, but there are some species of beetles that use it more as a protective shell.
Yeah. The mantid claws.
I'll take this one as well, since you did 2 in a row.
Okay.
According to data found in ancient roach slabs, mantises used to have claws instead of hands before the Day of Awakening. Oh, hey, hang on a sec. What a weird way to live. How would they be able to hold stuff to make art, or even cook nowadays? Thinking about it, this might be why they have an affinity for sharp tools. Fascinating. Some lesser mantids and mimics still have claws instead of hands. Such a pity. That's kind of funny.
I guess I've never really noticed any of the mantises having hands.
I suppose, like, you know, Maki has to hold that sword somehow.
Yeah. Is Maki a mantis? For some reason I always thought he was just a tall ant.
We'd have to look. He looked like a mantis to me.
He probably is a mantis, you're right.
We'll have to take a better look later.
Many crystals exist around the world, filled with a mysterious power. The old roaches learned how to harness their magic, and crystals are now used as power sources for many machinery and other things. No current side effects from crystal exposure are known, making them relatively safe. Some children's tales mention that sometimes sounds can be heard from them, if in a quiet enough place. Probably fake. Archaeologists say these crystals appeared at the same time the Day of Awakening started, suggesting a link between them and that event.
That reminds me of a funny instance in Dragon Age 2 that happens. No, not Dragon Age 2, Dragon Age 3. So, Dragon Age 2, one of the characters, Meredith, there's a scenario that can happen where she gets turned into lyrium in the middle of the town square because of, like, some really bad event that happened.
Yeah.
Varric talks to Blackwall in Inquisition about it, and, like, Blackwall is like, is she still there? Like, no one's moved her. And Varric is like, and deprive the children of playing the game. Who's brave enough to poke Meredith? Do they actually do that? No one's brave enough to poke Meredith. So it's like, oh yeah, these crystals, are they sentient? No, let's not think about that right now.
Yeah, I don't know, maybe.
Bugs can be classified into 2 types, social and loners. We've met both. Social bugs usually have a single queen, the mother of a colony. Although all individuals are siblings, they do not tend to see it that way. Some individuals grow closer to others by choice, creating their own small family cell. Social bugs are separated into workers or civilians. Workers are born to protect and take care of running the colony. Workers take their job very seriously, and will fulfill their duties the best they can. Recently, some workers have rebelled to lead a loner life. This too could be an evolution. Civilians form family bonds more easily, and care for the general well-being of the colony. It should be noted that social bugs referring to their queen as mother is considered a taboo. The queen, however, has freedom to call others their children. Huh.
I was wondering that a lot, like, back when we were doing the Beehive chapter. I was like, are they all the queen's kids? Are they all siblings? And, like, the answer is yes, biologically, but they don't.
Mm-hmm. Like, so the answer is, it depends.
Yeah, like, the queen isn't their mother the way that, like, our moms are our moms.
Yeah, so it's safe to say that V is, like, you know, probably the little sister of all of those bees that are working around that hive, but she only sees that one, Jean, as her actual sister.
Yeah. Something about the pollen collected from Bulgarian flowers causes the honey produced here to be super sweet, but also super volatile.
We've noticed.
This is the Obama honeys, okay. If the honey is mixed too thick or heated up too much, it becomes alive and turns into a being called an Obama honey. Scientists are still trying to figure out what causes the honey to turn into these beasts. Many tests point towards crystal fragments in the plants of Bulgaria being the culprit, but there's no conclusive proof.
So, to kind of like put a real-life spin on that, considering how small these guys are, it is safe to assume that maybe somewhere within those, like, crystals and those flowers and, like, you know, causing... It's one of those situations where it's like, oh, these are the perfect conditions for certain bacteria to start spreading all over this thing, and suddenly it starts self-actualizing in a way that it becomes alive.
That's not unlike what happened with Leaf, because he's a bunch of, like, fungal material
That's true.
around a crystal.
Yeah, the dude is basically a mushroom imprinted with a bunch of memories.
And inside the shell of a moth.
That's pretty freaking morbid when you think about it. Berries as currency. It is unknown how long bugs have been using these specific types of berries as currency, but it is a very effective method. Hard, long-lasting, and very bitter, these berries are almost never eaten for their horrible taste. Their small size is perfect for carrying them around, too. There have been recorded cases of some bugs actually enjoying eating these berries, but almost no one can stomach their taste.
Like Diana.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Diana's like the one.
Okay.
I've always wondered about that, too, until, like, we actually got that moment with V where it's like, yeah, they taste horrible.
Dark cherries. There are some rare berries in Bulgaria that are worth a lot. A lot. We call them dark cherries. A red counterpart has been found in the eastern lands, but due to how common they aren't as sought after. The dark variants strangely seem to only grow underground. Meanwhile, the red ones grow in tall trees. In any case, some bugs have a keen sense of smell for dark cherries. They're hired to find them so that they may be sold to collectors.
That is actually a thing, right? Like, we have regular cherries, and then we actually do have, like, real life dark cherries. I don't remember what they're actually called.
There's different kinds of cherries, yeah.
Mm-hmm. The era of deceit. After the Day of Awakening, not all bugs stood equally in society. Many ants, bees, wasps, and others failed to evolve with the rest. Many long disputes and frustration occurred because of this. Thankfully, with the passing of time, all bugs experienced the awakening. Except for spiders and mites and, you know, all that jazz.
Okay.
Is that all of them?
No.
Oh no, we still got plenty. Holy crap.
Yeah, we're like 2/3 through it, maybe.
Alright, cool. Youngling Care.
Since the Day of Awakening, we mature faster, but our infant stage is still critical. There can be events where the caterpillar or grub stages get interrupted, causing unforeseen consequences. If one is not careful, the youngling can turn into a dangerous lesser bug. Nurseries must be protected and treasured at all costs, so that our future generations don't suffer such a fate.
Not to get dark or anything, but hey, they actually have a really, really good school system.
Yeah. I guess that's worth addressing, because when you see kids in this game, they are adult stage ants or adult stage whatever. They're not larvae.
Yeah, they just like, oh hey, like they're considered adults biologically.
Yeah.
Mentally, however, they're still learning.
Yeah.
Interesting. A study of magic. Magic is uncommon and few bugs are able to use it. Some bees theorize that crystal exposure can grant magic powers, but testing yearns no fruit. A legendary wizard that lived in these lands used to experiment with crystals to learn their magic properties. But he suddenly disappeared, and all knowledge of how crystals relate to magic disappeared with him.
And that's the guy in the far grasslands.
Yeah, the tarantula. Rumors have said that he might be living in the far grasslands, but no traces have been located. Until we found him!
Gonna have to update your book, Lith.
Something tells me a lot of this is gonna have to be updated with like the discoveries of Team Snake Mouth here.
Deep underground, below the Forsaken Lands, it is said a massive crystal resides. Interesting, okay. Said crystal might be linked to why Bagaria is such a haven in this area. The ancient Roach texts suggest it fell from the heavens during the Day of Awakening, piercing the earth. They said the crystal's aura protects Bagaria from the outside world's great perils. Some say that it is tied to Goddess Venus, the local deity of the Golden Settlement. Although, personally, I would prefer not to speculate using local folklore. Further study is necessary, but the termites prohibit anyone from digging under the Forsaken Lands. Until relations between the kingdoms improve, reaching the crystal is currently impossible.
I'm getting a Chrono Trigger Lavos vibe from this.
Yeah, I'm wondering if, like, this is actually a, like, post-human world that maybe was caused by an asteroid crash, and that asteroid had, like, space radiation, and that's what caused the Day of Awakening.
Yeah, because we know that, like, you know, humans used to live here, hence the Giant Slayer. And for all we know, those monsters that we see could just be humans from the perspective of bugs.
That's kind of what I've been thinking, yeah.
The gigantic feral beasts that surround Bagaria. It's uncanny how we've gotten used to them. Elzant I braved the Deadlands, riddled with those creatures to ensure our peace. Although Bagaria is protected by the Mother Crystal, I struggle to write when I think of what could happen should that crystal lose its power.
Okay, so us having those crystals actually keep the Deadlanders away.
Northern Kingdom.
Far beyond the swamplands lay the Northern Kingdom, home to mostly many kind of beetles. That's where Kabu's from.
Yep.
They are very traditionalist and hold honor above all else. However, many travel to Bagaria to escape the Deadlanders' attacks. Oh, so there are Deadlanders in other places too, not just in Giant's Lair. The trip to Bagaria is hard enough, but the north houses the swamps, filled with more dangerous creatures. To avoid the wasps' hostility, most take the long route around their kingdom. It's the most insane of trips. Truly, Lives of the Northerners isn't an easy one, and that's how Kabu lost his original team, because they were on their way here, and they went through the swamps.
Which is interesting too, because like it's kind of like the classic idea of, yes, these guys are like in very dangerous lands, and like, you know, they're constantly fighting perils, but that's what makes them strong. That's why Kabu is like considered a warrior.
Yeah.
The Eastern Lands. To the far east of Bagaria lay the Deadlands we fear so much. Monsters everywhere and a feeling of utter dread. Who knows how, but I braved through the odds. Eventually, I reached the Eastern Kingdom. It is so different compared to Bagaria. It has many exotic fruits and materials that cannot be found in our kingdom. Many of its denizens live in a very close community that shuns outsiders. The only exception to this seems to be a rare species of bug that resembles fruits. Although friendly, other eastern bugs appear to stay clear of them. Is their smell too sweet? If I don't make it back to Bagaria, I'm glad I got to meet them.
So they're fruit beetles like Tangy.
Ah, got it. That's fitting.
Every day, more ancient artifacts pop up. Given their size and unknown purpose, scholars believe giants roamed these lands. They could have existed all over the known world, in giant kingdoms to protect them from the Deadlands. When the Day of Awakening happened, the giants must have vanished. Only their artifacts remain. There's no way to know, is there? Maybe they caused the awakening themselves. Perhaps they fell to the Deadlands, or created them themselves. Maybe someday they will return to reclaim their old home. Maybe they have left for another world. I'm a bug of facts, but even I am reduced to daydreaming about their fate. At least we have their monuments, showing us glimpses of days past.
Interesting. Very interesting.
Alright, last one.
Here we go. The following cannot be confirmed, having been retrieved from a book in the Roach Village's ruins. According to this book written by Roderick the Roach Scholar, what we call the Day of Awakening, the Roaches call the Day of Reckoning. It was an event where they woke up to the world. They share our belief that before that day, we were not different from the lesser bugs amongst us. A cataclysm happened suddenly, which banished the once fabled giants to another world. Only bugs and some other creatures were left in this world. After said cataclysm, the roaches became sentient, giving birth to civilization. Other books by Roderick mention fires raining down from the sky and destroying the earth. Expeditions have not found craters or traces of such a disaster. Its constant mention of roach texts suggests that it was a big part of their culture. Or could it be a religious creation myth? Roderick, were you lying? How are we supposed to find out? Curses. I'll keep this book hidden away until I can find the truth. I'll head into the Eastern Lands once more, if I have to.
And that's all the lore books. A lot of things explained, but a lot of questions left unanswered.
Mm-hmm. It's kind of cool, too, because it's like, we are bugs in this world, and we have so many questions about how things came about. Like, that's just lore building right there.
So I think what I'm guessing from this, because you know how there's always, like, the saying about how cockroaches can survive a nuclear holocaust?
Yeah.
I think it was a nuclear holocaust.
Oh my god. You know what? Hang on a sec. You might be onto something there.
I think humanity killed each other.
You might be onto something there.
And in nuclear winter, the roaches rose up. And I think maybe the crystals are actually, like, freaking uranium.
You know what, though? Actually, though.
So, last thing before we end off, just while I was doing stuff and preparing for that crazy adventure that we just had, I discovered a pretty neat Easter egg that I want to show you.
Okay.
If we go up here, remember here where we can look through the telescope at the world?
Yes.
Here it is. Okay, so there's the shed, the house, which is Giant's Lair, and if we wait a few moments, I don't know how long we have to wait, but...
Okay, let's see.
Did you see that?
Did I see what?
That thing that moved across the screen.
No, I didn't.
Wait,
I missed it.
let me back out and see if it plays again.
Okay. What?
So, keep your eye on the horizon here.
Huh.
Isn't that fun?
What was that?
I think that's the Omega Deadlander. I think that's the thing with the big eye that chases us there.
Okay.
He's been here all along.
Okay. That's not scary at all. Well then.
Yeah, so what a great fun world that you've created here, Moonsprout Games.
Yeah, seriously though. Yo guys, like, I don't know if you're watching this, but if you are, I'm just gonna say right now, if you decide to make another Bug Fables, I will be all over that crap. Like, absolutely.
Alright, well, thank you for joining us for lore and for defeating the Tangibug. There's still some more stuff to do, so we will see you next time.
Alright, later guys.